Hello everyone, this is Devils and Dragons, and welcome back to more Let's Play LA Noire. Today we will get to do our second police case, and we might get a special surprise at the end. So be sure to stay tuned for that.
Cole Phelps and Jack Kelso. With some people, it's as simple as chemistry. Two guys who should have been friends, but their personalities got in the way. Phelps, a good guy, wound way too tight. And Kelso, a quiet man who could never walk away from a fight.
Well, it's a shame you don't like to talk about it, Cole.
Ralph, friends who want to stay friends don't discuss religion or politics. In my case, you can add the war to that.
I know that bum. Wendell Bowers. I put him away before. He jumped parole. Get after him, Phelps. I'll head him off in the car.
Okay, so we were just told that this guy had evaded parole, so we gotta chase him down. Get back here, you scumbag. You ain't getting away from the law that easy. Yeah, this guy thinks he's slick, but you can easily chase him down. You just gotta pursue him, dude. Stay on him. Don't lose him. I know I on my first run through, I was right on his tail. But here it's like I don't know. Cole seems slower. I was like right behind him on my first run through, but my capture card froze, so I had to restart the whole thing. I was pissed. Okay, the dreaded drain pipe. When you're climbing up, when he stops, you stop, or he'll do this. And you'll get denied. If he does it again, you get knocked off, and you gotta climb all the way back up, and you'll lose a couple seconds, so be careful. For those of you wondering, the next part you're about to see, I edited it and slowed it down and stuff to make it a little more dramatic, because it's awesome. It's showing off Cole's awesome parkour moves. Here it is.
Give it up, Bowers! There's nowhere left to go!
Looks like we've got the place to ourselves.
It's over, Bowers!
Get that crap out of here.
What you doing, Wendell? Your parole officer's feeling lonely. He's got a hole in his life for an asshole like you. You can make it up to him in 10 years' time. Watch your head. This hump will be back in the Iron Hotel by tomorrow night. Nice work, Cole. You run track in high school?
This next part will be getting us ready for interrogations, which we will be doing throughout the whole game. And investigations, of course.
For every cop, there's the case that makes you. Gives you that leg up. Gets you recognized as the shining new star in the squad. The case that you solve that shows that you have the gumption, the gung-ho, that get up and go to make you stand out from your average rank-and-file patrolman. This could be the one, Cole.
LAPD, could you stand clear of the body, please? Has anyone called an ambulance?
We've called an ambulance and the police, but I'm afraid he's dead.
Okay, stand further back and move along. It's your choice, but make it quick, people.
Hey, Cole. You got here quick.
My beat crosses 7th Street.
Okay. You're first reporting then. We'll get a perimeter going and move the crowd on. You better see what you can find out before the homicide dicks show up. I'll be with you in a moment.
So, now we gotta inspect the body. When inspecting the body, you want to check everything. His pockets, his face, his hands.
Everybody
Here,
stay back.
I didn't
Let us
check
do our
everywhere
job.
because I knew where to check. I just wanted to show you that you could check pockets.
C. Galetta. Layaway receipt. Pearl earrings. Made out to Bank of Arcadia.
After you've checked the body, you want to check everywhere else around the crime scene, because evidence could be anywhere within the crime scene area, which is where I'm at. You saw that shine? That's more evidence. It's a bullet shell.
Shell cases. These look like 32s.
You have to make sure you get all of the evidence from the crime scene. Otherwise, you're going to have missing pieces to the puzzle, basically. Here, we have the murder weapon. A Browning.
Browning. Serial number 01138. Might need to run it by a gun store.
Eagleson's gun store's a couple blocks from here. This guy in the crowd thinks he saw something, Cole. You better take a statement.
So now we have to go interview Alan from 2.5 Men.
Sir, I'm Officer Phelps. What exactly did you see?
I heard the shots. I thought it was a car backfiring. I saw a girl run into the shoe store.
By the way, this is the only mission,
Speak to the witness
the only
before
case your
homicide
partner
arrives,
will
Phelps.
tell you
If
what
you think
need
she's
to
lying,
do.
don't be afraid to get
After
forced.
that, you're on your own.
Verbally, of course. And don't accuse her of anything without proof. Lawyers love that shit. And if you're sure she's straight up, try the general approach. See what you can coax out of her.
Here, this is going to tell you how to do an interrogation.
Officer?
You have to get through the interrogation with correct answers in order to get information you need to solve the case.
I'm Officer Phelps, miss. I'm here about the shooting. Did you know the victim?
He was my boss. Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage's first name.
Everett.
And you are?
Galleta. Clovis Galleta.
This is your interrogation notebook. The questions on it you must ask the suspect or witness. When they answer, you need to listen carefully and watch their face.
You think you could tell me exactly what happened, miss?
I look around the shops at lunch. I was in a store when Mr. Gage, my boss, bursts in yelling that I'm late on my lunch.
And?
We came back. I was angry. I walked in front. I heard shots. I turned and saw Mr. Gage fall.
For those of you who read the message and listened to me tell you about the interrogation, look at this woman's face after she answered the question. She can't look Cole in the eyes. She can't even look at him, hardly. She's looking all over the place, letting you know she's lying.
You're lying, Miss Galetta. You know what happened and why. You're going to tell me.
There's nothing to tell. I've done nothing wrong. How can you prove different?
In order to prove that Miss Cloetta is lying, we have to find evidence that we have to prove she's lying, which would be the layaway letter.
Your pearl earrings, Miss Galetta. You've been paying for them for a whole year. Stop lying and tell me what happened at the jewelry store.
Oh, God! I won't lose the earrings, will I?
You could lose your freedom, you little fool, if you don't stop obstructing a murder investigation.
Mr. Kalu. Edgar Kalu. He runs the jewelry store. He's showing me a lovely watch. Mr. Gage bursts in. Mr. Kalu gets very angry with Mr. Gage, and they start yelling at each other. Mr. Gage tells me that all of the things in the store are junk, nickel-plated, made in Japan, and yells at me to get back to work.
Then what happened?
We get back here, and I hear a loud bang. Mr. Gage clutches at his back. I hear another bang, and another, and another. Mr. Gage falls to his knees. It looked very painful.
Alright, now we have to ask her another 2 questions.
Which jewelry store?
Hartfield's. Broadway, between 5th and 6th.
Did you see the person who shot Mr. Gage?
Of course I did. Mr. Kalu looked very angry. He kept firing the gun. He kept pulling the trigger. He threw the gun in a bin and turned and walked away.
Don't ever get mixed up between lying and doubting. Doubting just means they're not giving you enough information and you have to force it out of them. Lying means you need evidence.
You're making me angry, Miss Galetta. Is that what you want? Tell me why Mr. Kalu shot Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage hates Jews. A lot of people do. It's not my fault if he has nice things.
How many shots did you hear, Miss Galetta?
It's difficult to remember. It sounded like there were so many, and they were so loud.
Now here they're just explaining, you know, when you should press X, which is to accuse them of telling the truth.
I need you to concentrate, Miss Galetta. Even minor details can become important later on.
Well, there was one bang, and then another, and then three very quickly, close together. 5.
Thank you for your help, ma'am. You've been very brave. We'll need you to make a formal statement about what happened to Mr. Gage.
Does that mean I can still collect my... Never mind. Yes, officer, I'll make a statement.
Interrogations are going to start off easy and get a lot harder. The funnest part of this game has to be the investigation, where you get to check out all the evidence. Then comes the interrogations, then it becomes a kind of annoying. And I ran around that room just to let you know there's nothing else in there.
We have the murder weapon.
And the murderer. The girl saw it all. Our killer works at a jewelry store called Hartfield's.
That's a couple of blocks from here.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Tate, maintain the perimeter.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoy my new segment. Next time on LA Noire. Basically, it's a sneak peek for all you impatient people out there.
You don't say. Well, I didn't sell it. Europeans love them, but it's pretty rare you find one over here. Although I did have one in here a couple of weeks back.
Remember the Officer Cole Phelps. Are you Edgar Kalu?
No. Mr. Kalu is out back. He said he'd lie down. I'll buzz him for you.
Son of a bitch! Go, Cole, go!